Level Up Moviemusters Power Book 3 Raising Kanan Season Episode. It's an eye for an eye in this business, and I really mean it when I say that. Now, Scrappy is a living example of that. And following the events in Power Book 3, Raising Kanan Season 1 Episode 6, Raqs is more apprehensive than ever about her family's safety as well as her company, making her the most vulnerable she has ever been. Episode 6 of Season 1 of Crown's Showcase, Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. Raqs is the queenpin. She is the star and the face of the organization. Lulu isn't a foolish man, but he ought to have known that trying to arrange a transaction at Unique wouldn't be easy, since Unique doesn't owe him anything, and since he has shown your event as being essentially flawless, his troops would be far less likely to face resistance and cause some serious harm. Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Sibling Chat, Season 1 Episode 6. Unique is all in on putting himself squarely against Raqs by going after Lu. Unique is aware that there is no way out of that. Now that he has the product securely in his thumb, he is ahead on all counts. And when you about it, killing Lu isn't really required. He was, however, deeply offended by Lu's audacity in occupying his space and making any kind of demand. And once more, Lu ought to have been better ready for that. Lu's innocence was very clear for the entire 60 minutes, even down to the altercations at the club entrance. When Lu by himself is unable to wield that type of power, Raqs' presence was necessary to diffuse some tensions. Raqs, it appears that you have discovered a quicker way to waste our funds. Lulu, it's our money. Raqs, alright, little bro, your money is my money. Permalink, okay, little buddy, your money is my money. Not yet, anyhow. Power Book 3, Raising Kanan Season 1 Episode 6 Lovers Quarrel. The entire season has been geared toward Lu and Marvin realizing who they are and how valuable they are. The showcase ends suddenly now, but if anything, it gave Lu confidence that he might succeed. It also seems certain that he will relocate to escape Raqs' shadow given Jess's persistent chirping in his ear about doing so. He's going to Unique and trying to arrange deals, which will not sit well with her, but what else is new? Throughout the entire season, Raqs has had to cope with dishonesty from Lu, Marvin, and Kanan in her ranks, and she's dealt with it in her own manner, but it looks like another Raqs is coming out. Right now, there's a great deal of confusion, and there needs to be a sense that the walls are gradually crumbling. Not that Raqs should ever be written off. Even though her mind is always racing and plans are being made, there is still a sense of uneasiness. She has to think creatively because Dean cut off her supply. And there's also the entire problem of Malcolm knowing he's Kanan's father. She also chooses to break things off with Symphony. That is a great deal of change and turmoil in a brief period of time. Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 1, Episode 6, Getting Ready. When it comes to Symphony, you can see where Raqs is coming from because lying is something you should never do. It's either lying to her or hiding facts about Kanan. Blood is not Symphony. When it comes to keeping things hidden from her, he is not given any leeway. On the surface, it's unfortunate as Symphony believed he was acting appropriately. He was attempting to honor Kanan's requests because he had recently gained his favor and was attempting to form a relationship with him. However, Kanan is a child, and as such, he has no right to dictate to adults, and they are under no obligation to comply with his requests. Furthermore, Raqs always finds out what happened, so Kanan should have known that. However, despite everything going on, Raqs is going to be focused on fighting Unique, who has officially laid down the gauntlet. Scrappy was blatantly obvious to everyone that she was a mole. He was supposed to reveal his cards by hitting Lu, but he botched the job. Episode 6 of Season 1 of Kanan Lurks Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. Tormenting him while keeping him alive just serves to highlight Unique's particular brand of wickedness. Because, after all, murdering him would be too simple. He needed to inflict pain on him and ensure that Raqs would always be reminded of the consequences of attempting to deceive him. The end of the season is quickly approaching, and we can't wait for the fight to start. Who would have thought that Scrappy would be the one to bring us our wish at last? In other places, although Kanan was rather sidelined in this episode, we did get a glimpse of his maturity and intelligence when he pitched Marvin the idea of selling crack at the gas stations. You have to remember that Kanan taught Ghost and Tommy. Although he is still a young child and has a lot to learn, we already know that he picks up all the skills necessary and then some. Here, he had an epiphany, and Marvin starts working on putting it into practice. Episode 6 of Raqs and Dean's Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 1. Raqs has good reasons for not wanting Kanan and Marvin to work together any longer. But may Kanan and Marvin end up being some kind of dream team in the future. For some couples, love lingered despite all the betrayals, with Juke and Nicole finding their way back to one another and Kanan and Davina deepening their connection. The sequence of declarations, sex, and kisses had the feel of the quiet before the storm. Even though the showcase didn't turn out the way anyone had hoped, it was still enough of a serotonin boost to make everyone feel good. However, if there's one thing we've learned from years of watching the Power universe come to pass, it's that tranquil, romantic situations do not last forever. The world is not one that encourages tenderness. Those are brief times that are usually followed by sadness. The streets require a body, after all. Episode 6 of Season 1 of Juke on the Mic, Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. Everything additional you should know. After hearing Famous essentially rap about the life that Kanan is leading, there appears to be some friction between the two. The only other true friend Kanan has is Famous, so it will be interesting to watch if their friendship falters and pushes him even more away from normal teenage activities. It appears that Howard is about to decide what to do with Kanan, and there's going to be some crazy pyrotechnics between him and Raqs. I don't know what Burke is doing, but Juke was far more open to her than I had anticipated. However, considering Jukebox's future career, maybe it was this romance that set her on that path. That inspector was disgusting and foul. The ironic conclusion for him was to be buried in the walls of the building he most likely terrified and have his brain stapled. Power Book 3, Raising Kanan Season 1 Episode 6, Raqs gets ready. Things are getting hotter. There are so many unspoken truths that anything might blow up at any moment. Tell me in the comments what you thought of this hour and what you would like to see next. To ensure you're up to date, watch Power Book 3 Raising Kanan online. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.